Hey guys, welcome back to my site, markdillon.xxx. Thanks for visiting. Late last night, I just got in from Barcelona. I was over there filming two scenes with Raging Stallion. Really excited about those. I can't wait for them to come out so I can get a look at them and you guys can get a look at them. I think they'll be really good. That the entire movie will be great. There were some great guys on set. The crew was amazing. I'll put up some pictures and possibly a little video clip I snuck in. Um, but I've been behind on getting to your questions, answering those. I had so much going on over there that I was a little bit delayed. So I'm going to get to those tonight. Here we go with number one from Brian. Brian says, "Hey Mark, I'm a Southern Yankee. My family hails from Leland, Mississippi. I know exactly where that is. I was born in Memphis, raised in Pittsburgh, and have been living in New York for years. Every summer I would go home, as my family calls the South. Now that I'm adult, I go when I can. The last time was in 2010 for 9 months. I felt a tension that I have never felt in the North about my sexuality. I've been out for a long time. Even though I met some wonderful gay men and women, they were tense, or so it appeared to me. It's still a different world there. I don't know why I was surprised, or I still am surprised. It wasn't like I was expecting it to be New York or LA. My question for you is, do you feel an unease or tension when you're at home due to the lack of a visible gay community in Mississippi? By the way, Jackson is a wonderful city, but I didn't meet a single gay person there." Brian, I can assure you there are gay people in Jackson. Not everybody is extremely closeted. But yeah, there is a very I have several friends who still have to remain closeted because of their profession and things like that. It's by no means as tolerant of alternative lifestyles as a wonderful city like this here in San Francisco, which is my favorite city in the country. Um, Mississippi has a long way to go, but it's also come an incredibly long way. Even in I moved there when I was 9 years old, and when I think about just the changes that I've seen going as a child to an adult, it's really it's a night and day difference. I've certainly kept friends since I've come out that I had never thought I would, and that's a really wonderful feeling to see that there is progress and that not everybody is as closed minded as they as a lot of people may think. So Mississippi has a long way to go before it's as tolerant as San Francisco, but I certainly think that it's on the way. I sure hope so. Next question is from Frankie Z. Hi, Mark. Boxers or briefs? Speedo or board shorts? Hairy or smooth? Cut or uncut? Really enjoy your films and your blog, Frankie. Thanks, Frankie. I don't know if those are directed towards what I do, what I prefer personally, or what I prefer for someone else, but so I'll answer it both ways. Boxers or briefs? On somebody else, briefs. For me, I usually don't wear anything. So, as you can see, no undies. Um, when I do wear them, it's usually briefs also. Speedo or board shorts. I think board shorts really sexy on a cute guy. Hairy or smooth. Right now, I'm a little bit hairy, even though you guys maybe you can't see it so well in the light. But I just got done filming with Raging, so Raging Stallion likes a little bit of hair. But yeah, so I let it grow out. Normally, I prefer to be really smooth, and that's my preference on someone else. Cut or uncut. If you watch my scenes, you know I'm cut. For a long time, I preferred cut with whoever I was um, hooking up with or whatever. But now I've really started to enjoy uncut. So yeah, I would say those two are equal right now. Thanks for the really nice words too, Frankie. I appreciate it. Next question. No name on this one. All right. Are you naturally attracted to bears or muscle bears? I don't see you in many scenes with them, but I know you don't get a lot of input on your scene partners. Actually, that's not true. I have a lot of input on my scene partners. As a matter of fact, I don't work with anybody that I haven't pre-approved. That's kind of a fallacy that models don't have a say-so in who they work with. Some require pre-approval of the scene partners. Others will be happy just to show up on set, um, and never knowing who their scene partner is. For me personally, I have to know and I have to okay it. I would never let someone tell me you have to film with this person. Um, for me, I don't do this because I need the money and doing it for a living. So I do it on my terms the way I want. So I actually do have a lot of input on who my scene partners are. What types of guys do I find most attractive? That's such a kind of an open-ended question because there's attractive guys of all body types, all looks, all that kind of stuff. But I can tell you in general, kind of my preferences for the collegiate look, the frat boy, um, jocks, surfers, that kind of stuff. Um, One of the reasons I really like Sean Cody so much is because their guys tend to like epitomize what my type is. So if you look at most of the boys on Sean Cody, that they would all fit my type. By the way, it's nice to see a guy represent Mississippi well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a very nice thing to say. I went to college in Millsaps in Jackson. I know exactly where that is. Millsaps is a great college, and I hope you're still not paying the tuition on that. It's very expensive. Clifton says, in your last video blog, you stated that your sister and your dad were supportive of your work. Have they ever watched or commented on any of your scenes? Clifton, they're not supportive of it in that way. They certainly would not watch my scenes, nor would I want them to. And they haven't commented on them. What they are supportive of is the fact that I'm getting to do this kind of adventuresome thing that I like. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I travel a lot. It's certainly been a very lucrative thing for me. I have pretty good talent for business, and I've figured out lots of ways to monetize this thing. So they also realize that it's become a business for me too. Um, it's not just some whim that I'm on, but they're very supportive of it. From the fact that I'm creating a business out of it, from the fact that I really enjoy it. It's exciting for me. I've met some wonderful people. I've met my best friend Casey Williams through this. He's certainly been a huge plus to my life, and I met him through the industry. So they're supportive of things like that. They're not necessarily thrilled with the fact that I have sex on camera, if that makes sense. But they are very supportive of me, and they're very. Um, I'm just lucky to have the family that I do. Next question is from Daniel. Mark, do you find it's hard to stay away from drugs in the porn industry? Do many models use drugs? Daniel, I've never used a drug in my life. Never smoked marijuana, never smoked cigarettes, never tried it. I almost never drink. On the occasion that I do go out and get a drink with someone, it's usually a beer, and I don't even finish the whole thing. So for me, inside the porn industry or outside of the porn industry, it's not a hard, it's not hard at all to stay away from drugs. Uh, I'll make enough mistakes on my own. I don't need any chemically induced help, kind of pushing those along. As far as do other models use drugs? Well, I mean yes. Um, it's not everyone, but it is prevalent in the industry, and that's kind of sad because it can uh, certainly it may motivate some people to get into the industry for the wrong reasons, to support the drug habit or um, things like that. So, but yeah, it's here. Some people handle it better than others. I've learned that it's not my job to judge people for using drugs. I focus on my own life and try to deal with my own well-being and things like that, and not judge other people. There's a quote that I love that says, "If you judge people, you don't have time to love them." So I try to live by that standard. Um, Next question is from Scott. What's the wildest and hottest thing you've ever done with a guy before? Also, do you ever go to the bathhouse for sex? Scott, I haven't been to a bathhouse very often. My first time going to a bathhouse was in Fort Lauderdale, and that was actually to film a scene. and they also have a pretty good gym there, so that's where I work out when I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Um, uh, Also, I did a kind of a live sex show thing at the bathhouse in Berkeley, which was kind of fun. I did it with Jimmy Durano um, and Hot House. It was very interesting. Growing up in Mississippi, we didn't have bathhouses or anything like that, so that's not something I got to experience until I started to travel more. Wildest and hottest thing that I've ever done with a guy before? I would actually say some of the hottest sex I've ever had was back home in Mississippi. I had some just really amazing fuck buddies. One guy that I used to play around with, we did water sports. He would tie me up, spank me, dildo, toys, ass play, all that good stuff. And he was just a freaking awesome dom. Great top. Just the first time I did water sports was with him. Um, just amazing. As a matter of fact, next time I go back to Mississippi, that's exactly who I'll be looking for. Um, yeah, so bathhouse, I don't have a ton of experience, but lots of wild and hot fun can be had outside the bathhouse. So, guys, thank you so much for visiting. I'm glad to be back home in the States, even though I had an amazing trip with Raging Stallion and the crew and all the cast over there. Really great time. Hope you guys have a great night, and I'm going to try to get some sleep. Thanks.